Prepare to be captivated by an adrenaline-fueled film as we delve into the gripping story of Leonida, a former captain of the Italian Special Forces. Renowned for his unparalleled triumphs in completing missions that seemed impossible, he was the embodiment of bravery and skill. However, the haunting echoes of a traumatic event during his final mission cast a dark shadow over his spirit, leaving him grappling with demons that only a psychiatrist and medication can soothe. In a heart-stirring turn of events, we find Leonida amidst the vibrant atmosphere of his daughter Teresa's school, where the crack of the baseball bat and the cheers of her classmates fill the air. But his encounter with his son Matteo reveals a chilling indifference, a poignant reminder of the chasm that has grown between them. Desperate to address the challenges their children face, Leonida opens his heart to Angela, his wife, seeking solace and understanding. Haunted by the depths of his depression, Leonida has made the heart-wrenching decision to live apart from his cherished wife and children, driven by the fear that his own mental turmoil might harm the very ones he holds dear. However, amidst the shadows, a beacon of realization pierces his soul, illuminating the profound truth that his presence and unwavering support are crucial once he has conquered his inner demons. As the evening casts its gentle veil, Angela, consumed by obligations, entrusts Matteo with a responsibility that will prove to be transformative, to take Teresa out for a meal and stand as her guardian. Matteo and Teresa enjoy a meal at a bustling fast food joint, but Matteo brushes off Teresa's plea to visit their father's house, avoiding an uncomfortable encounter. While engrossed in conversation with his friends just outside, Matteo instructs Teresa to wait inside. Lost in the moment, he suddenly realizes that Teresa is missing. Frantically, he rushes back to find an empty seat and an alarming revelation from the waitress. Teresa has been snatched by a man driving a jeep. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, Matteo dials his father's number, blurting out the harrowing news of Teresa's abduction. In a race against time, he immediately contacts the authorities for assistance. Before long, a whirlwind of activity unfolds as Leonida arrives at the scene alongside the determined Detective Simonetti and his team of officers. Simonetti informs Leonida about the ongoing search for jeeps linked to the kidnapping. Their urgent mission takes a thrilling turn as they receive word of a suspicious jeep attempting to outmaneuver the pursuing police. Simonetti commands his officers to give chase, while Leonida, fueled by desperation and love for his daughter, seizes the opportunity to take Simonetti's car and embark on a relentless pursuit of the kidnapper. Equipped with the police radio inside the vehicle, Leonida gains a crucial advantage, effortlessly tracking the movements of the kidnapper's jeep. Charting a daring shortcut, he gains ground, inching closer to the captor's vehicle. Determined to rescue his daughter at all costs, Leonida attempts to force the jeep off the road, but his valiant efforts falter as the abductor accelerates, eluding his grasp. Amidst the chaos, Angela, Teresa's mother, grapples with overwhelming anguish upon receiving the heartbreaking news of her daughter's abduction. Meanwhile, Simonetti and his team delve into Leonida's background, unearthing a captivating revelation: his past as a highly skilled Special Forces captain who once aided the United States government in the treacherous landscapes of Afghanistan. However, Leonida is grappling with mental instability following his previous mission, which has left him psychologically vulnerable. Simonetti suspects that the person who abducted Teresa might be an adversary from Leonida's past and instructs his team to keep a close watch on him to prevent any harm to others during his pursuit. When Leonida loses sight of the kidnapper, he seeks out a drug dealer in the hopes of uncovering information about the city's criminal underworld. After a tense encounter with drug dealers at a gas station, Leonida heads to a vibrant nightclub to rendezvous with another dealer. It is there that he overhears a conversation between a woman and her partner, discussing a young girl and a jeep. Growing suspicious, Leonida tails the woman and soon discovers that her boyfriend is the very kidnapper he has been chasing. Through their conversation, Leonida learns the distressing truth that Teresa has been sold, and the woman shows satisfaction with the profits her partner has gained. Consumed by rage, Leonida confronts the kidnapper, leading to a brutal and desperate struggle. While the woman hides, Leonida sustains a grievous injury but ultimately triumphs by taking the kidnapper's life, slitting his throat. Regrettably, before drawing his last breath, the kidnapper fails to disclose the identity of the person who purchased Teresa. Undeterred, Leonida makes a relentless attempt to pursue the woman for valuable information, but she manages to evade him. Determined to gather vital clues, he resolves to seize the kidnapper's cell phone as a means to uncover the truth. The following evening, Simonetti and his team adopt disguises as prospective buyers in order to infiltrate a mafia organization involved in human trafficking, with the goal of finding Teresa. However, the mobsters become suspicious of their true intentions and a fierce gunfight ensues. Meanwhile, Leonida seeks assistance from an old acquaintance to retrieve crucial information from the kidnapper's phone regarding his daughter's abduction. It is revealed that Leonida is the sole survivor of a previous mission, burdening him with immense guilt and sorrow. His friend attempts to console him, assuring him that the deaths were not his responsibility and that his team was aware of the risks they faced. Despite the reassurances, Leonida continues to carry the weight of guilt and is devastated by the loss of his comrades. After obtaining information about the individual who purchased his daughter, Leonida rushes to the specified location to rescue Teresa. Upon arrival, he stealthily enters the premises and discovers that the kidnapper's lover is being held captive by Mozart, a notorious crime boss notorious for engaging in human trafficking. Mozart is frustrated that Teresa's abduction has attracted police attention, jeopardizing his operation and resulting in the deaths of some of his men. As a result of the trouble caused by her boyfriend, he makes the fateful decision to end the woman's life. While concealed, Leonida manages to locate Teresa, his daughter, who recognizes him immediately. Despite his attempts to rescue her, their plans are thwarted when one of Mozart's henchmen captures Teresa and calls for reinforcements. Helpless, Leonida is left to confront Mozart's underlings on his own. Through sheer determination, he defeats each adversary, one by one, until he faces Mozart's most formidable henchman. In an intense and grueling battle, Leonida fights with every ounce of his strength. However, his injuries and exhaustion ultimately lead to his defeat, as his body is mercilessly thrown into the depths of the water. Meanwhile, at the police station, Matteo, Leonida's son, watches a video recording that uncovers his father's conversation with a military general during his honorable service as a special forces captain. The haunting memories of Leonida's previous mission have left him scarred with enduring trauma and depression, causing him to distance himself from his own family in order to shield them from harm. The realization dawns upon Matteo, flooding him with overwhelming guilt for ever believing that his father had abandoned them. The following day, both Matteo and his mother visit Leonida at the hospital, where he is recovering after miraculously being found alive during the police raid on Mozart's secret hideout. Unfortunately, Mozart and his henchmen have successfully evaded capture. In the confines of Leonida's hospital room, he implores Matteo to use a clip from the nameplate to unlock his handcuffs, which had been placed on him for security reasons by the police. As fate would have it, a police officer enters the room, providing Leonida with a golden opportunity. Seizing the officer's firearm, he demands immediate contact with headquarters, urging them to launch a thorough investigation into every single asset owned by Mozart. Leonida firmly believes that Mozart must be hiding within one of his own properties, as the pursuit of justice for Teresa and countless others demands no less. As the realization dawns that Teresa is likely held captive by Mozart in an abandoned skyscraper, Leonida swiftly devises a plan and sets off with Matteo by his side. Along the journey, he instructs Matteo to return home and await his triumphant return while he embarks on the daring rescue mission. Upon arriving at the eerie building, Leonida meticulously takes down Mozart's henchmen, systematically eliminating each threat. Little does he know, Mozart is in the midst of striking a sinister deal, preparing to sell Teresa to a ruthless mobster. Mozart is thrown into a frenzy as Leonida unexpectedly bursts onto the scene, firing shots at him and attempting to cast him off the rooftop. However, defying the odds, Leonida deftly turns the tables, flinging Mozart into the abyss below. With the main threat neutralized, Leonida presses on, determined to find his precious daughter within the labyrinthine rooms of the building. Just as he nears her rescue, a formidable mobster, complicit in Mozart's dark dealings, confronts Leonida, raising his weapon with malicious intent. Yet, like a guardian angel, Simonetti swiftly intervenes, incapacitating the mobster and eradicating the danger. With the immediate peril vanquished, Teresa is whisked away to receive urgent medical care at the hospital. In a moment brimming with gratitude and relief, Simonetti and Leonida share an embrace, their hearts lighter knowing that the mission is accomplished and Teresa is safe from harm. Finally, the day they have long yearned for arrives, as Teresa is joyously reunited with her family, putting an end to the nightmarish trials they endured. A surge of indescribable joy fills Angela and Matteo's hearts as they embrace Teresa's safe return home. From a distance, Leonida stands, his eyes fixated on his family, a burden lifted as he witnesses their reunion and knows they are unscathed. Just as he prepares to depart, the air is pierced by Matteo's voice, urging his father to come back, to be by their side once more. With gratitude and unwavering determination, Leonida graciously declines, assuring Matteo that he will stop at nothing to mend his wounded spirit and swiftly reunite with his cherished family, for their absence is deeply felt within his soul. Matteo holds his father tightly, savoring the bittersweet embrace, knowing it's a temporary farewell as Leonida embarks on his arduous journey towards healing and restoration. The movie ends here.